Hi, today we're going to do a snowman that has a little whimsy to him. He's going to try to throw a snowball. And this will go with some of my other ones that I've done. We did colored pencil, just regular pencil, and marker with pointillism. So this one is with charcoal pencil. With this one, I am using a medium charcoal pencil. And I always like to start with my nose. So we'll just have a little wonky nose. Now you can sketch this with a pencil first if you want to, but I'm okay with just doing the charcoal, and I'll save a little bit of time on the video. So we'll do our little circle for the head. I'm going to make a baseball hat for this one, so I'll just kind of loop around like that and have the baseball cap up here with a little button and come down on that for him. He's got a couple of eyes. He's looking up. He knows where he's going. He's got a little orneriness, so we'll just do a little smile here. And this is more of the direct pressure onto the pen. It kind of squeaks sometimes with this pencil. And then we're going to do his body. And his lower part of his body. And then it'll go into the snow a little bit. We'll have this arm. It's kind of going back for the pitch. Couple fingers here. And this one might only show a little bit because this little snowball is going to be here. On this arm, we don't see much of it. So I don't know if both arms would be up or what, but his are. So we didn't do any real big detail on that at all. Okay, so there's our sketch. And next we'll do some shading. So charcoal pencils are kind of like pastels or sidewalk chalk, where they can be messy. So I like to try to keep my fingers off of the paper as much as possible as you start blending, because it will kind of put dust everywhere. So I'm just outlining this a little bit darker, and then I'm going to just give it some shading. I don't want it to be black, but I'll just give it some shading under there. And then on his head a little bit. On this part, I'll just make it like it have a little color, but it's not really color because it's black and white. Make his little divots where they're sewn together a little bit. And then his face, you always go around from, pretend there's a top and a bottom. You're always going to go around with your shading, with the curves. Your pencil, you could do some, or your carrot nose, you would just use the pencil part and do that, and maybe a little bit of like the shading, and it goes up and down because it's going to go around like the carrot part. Okay, and then maybe you have a little bit of shading. The sun's over here. We have a little bit of the top head ball part of the snowman. And then once again, you'll have some shading here. And you want to reverse this. And if it's easier for you, you can always turn your paper, because you have a natural curve like this with your pencil. So this way it goes real easy, but sometimes going backwards, you need to turn your paper. It's a little easier. Take it easy on yourself. And you could do a little bit of shading here for that. And then once again, I would do a little bit of shading here just from his top snowman ball there. And then we've got some shading back and forth here. And always feel free to pause and rewatch, because, you know, sometimes it does take a bit. I've done this for years, so I just kind of do it pretty quickly. And then for down here, we want some snowdrifts going, just some color. And then the last thing what I do is I take my one finger and I go like this on the darker spots. And then you can kind of go inside and add a little color. And I do that on the face. Just kind of blends it in a little bit. Maybe it's too defined and you want it less defined. So then you just add a little bit more of the charcoal. And you can always use your side. That gives you a less defined mark. And then rub. There you go. Now you have your little snowman in charcoal. Oh, we didn't do the snowball, so we should probably add a little bit of color shading in that just to make it have some depth. And there you go. So join me next time. We might be drawing, we might be doing something else, but join me next time.